It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, December 12th, 2024, and this is the appointed place and time for the Bismarck Renaissance Zone Authority's monthly meeting. And it's actually the first monthly meeting we've had in a couple months because we haven't had any applications or other reason to meet, but today we do. So I will call the meeting to order. And it looks like we have a quorum here. And Joe, I understand you're with us digitally or by phone?
Yep.
Okay, welcome, Joe. First item of business on the agenda would be the minutes from the August 8th, 2024 meeting. Is there any changes, corrections, comments, salutations? There's a motion to approve. Is there a second? It's moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion carries. We'll move on to the regular agenda, of which there is none. Well, there kind of is. It's just small print. Isaac from Community Development's going to explain it to us.
Well, technically, I'm just here to say there is no regular agenda items. If we're being,
I said that already.
If we're being technical, but yes, on to other business. First, a quick update on the Renaissance Zone program extension. As I'm sure you are all aware by this point, the program has been supported by all of the relevant boards, City Commission, County Commission, Parks, and Schools. And then more recently, we did get the final approval and go ahead from the state. So the new 5-year extension of the program will be effective on January 4th, 2025.
Questions, anyone of Isaac? Yeah, go ahead.
So are school board and those guys going to appoint somebody?
Yes. So Authority Member Dvorak and Authority members, the schools, parks, schools and parks have appointed members. County Commission did appoint someone, but there might be some shuffling around there at the beginning of the year. So everyone is able to appoint someone, and as far as we are aware, they will be appointing someone if they have not already. They will also shuffle the makeup a little bit. Right now, the Renaissance Zone Authority is a 7-member board, and 6 of those are appointed at large by the City Commission, and then 1 member of the City Commission sits on here as well. That, of course, will shift so that it will then be a 9-member board starting in January with 5 at-large sort of appointments by the City Commission plus 1 from each of the 4 other entities, city, county, schools, and parks.
Okay, can I continue?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So with that do we know if Wayne is going to be the county, or is he going to still be, because my understanding is we did the spot because he was county, but that was, so there's not double roll.
Thank you, Authority Member Dvorak. You lead me right into my next point here, where so Authority Member Munson has resigned his position since he was technically in a city spot, but on behalf of the county. So he has resigned, and that's why I say we will sort of see who the county will appoint, if it is him or someone else. I'm told they will sort of figure that out in January at their meetings then. And then the other members, I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm getting any of these facts wrong, but I believe Authority Member Guy and Gavrillow's seats are expiring. Their terms are expiring here, but Authority Member Guy has reapplied. Authority Member Gavrillow, I believe you have not reapplied, do not intend to, and we have received other applications as well, and the formal recommendations to the City Commission for filling those seats will be given to the City Commission at their Tuesday meeting of next week.
That was my question as well. So that they haven't been acted on yet. Okay.
No, they have not been acted on yet, but you can see all that information in the City Commission packet, and that has been released.
Other questions of Isaac? Anybody? No. Update on the Provident building renovation is on our agenda for some reason.
Yes. So Authority members and Chair Christensen, this is just a brief update to let you know essentially nothing is happening that will need downtown design review approval. There is some work being done to the Provident building, but that renovation work is all interior, and any possible exterior things would be one-to-one replacements or about as close as you can get to a one-to-one replacement. But we just wanted to bring that to your attention in case you hear about or see work being done at the building, and just wanted to let you know that we have been in contact with the relevant parties, and as far as we are aware, based off of the information we've been provided, full downtown design review would not be required, at least at this time.
I'm sure the property owner would come to us without any hesitation, right? One would hope. Okay? Am I being sarcastic? All right. Anything else on that topic?
If you have questions, I can try
Any
answer them, but if
questions
you do not have questions,
that?
I have nothing else to provide.
Well, nothing further, Isaac, I think. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you.
Moving right along, we have item 3C on the agenda, which is a report from the downtowners. Welcome, Kate.
It's been so long. Well, Chairman, authority members, it's been so long I can't even remember what I haven't updated you on yeah, right. It was so much warmer. A couple things I just wanted to mention that are sort of in process right now, and I was going to actually ask Isaac: is the event center in design review area? It is encompassed in that area.
Yes, I
You can-
believe it would be within the downtown zoning district, so yes, it would be.
Okay, sounds good. So a couple things related to the event center, I think, which is pertinent to this board, but the city of Bismarck did select a consultant for the operations and sort of management study for the event center. So that's ongoing. The city's also released the RFP for the sort of development amenities near the event center on the piece of property that's west of kind of the main arena entrance area. And so that'll be open until February 28th. Development groups or developers and investors and things can come forward with a proposal for the city to, decide if they want to go that way or not. It is my understanding that there is at least one up to 3 groups right now that are trying to figure out if they can do something like that and putting things together, which is great. So you might see something, or if they do make some sort of a proposal that may come back here for design review, or just to make sure it's jiving with all the regulations and whatnot that we have with our city. But very exciting, I think. I don't know if they will, talk about parking, or if there'll be a parking structure related to that, or parking on site or whatever. But I think there's going to be a lot of movement in and around that location if a proposal is selected, which is great. And then one other thing I did want to mention is, and for many years we've been giving an update to this group, the Downtowners has, and we will still continue to do that. In my other capacity as a park board commissioner, I will actually be the appointee for this board through Renaissance Zone authorities. So Dawn in our office or Maria in our office will be doing this report and not me. But what we're going to do is we're going to just include it for your packets. And then if you want Dawn or Maria to be here as well, they can, to go over anything for you. So usually when we do have a big agenda, I have to speak really quickly anyways. So it might be nice to just give you all a written report, but certainly can expound on that if you need me to, or one of our staff to do that as well. So I will be
Awesome.
over there.
We'll
But-
welcome you with open arms.
Thanks. And if anyone has other questions, there's a lot of development things sort of swirling downtown right now. I think Stanford's pretty committed to their locations downtown. I've had a lot of bigger office users move in within the last year or so that have really made the ramps quite full. So I think, there's a lot of discussion about parking ramps. And we've, as Chair Christensen knows, we've squeezed a lot of blood out of that turnip as much as we can in terms of packing cars into those ramps so that, you're kind of meeting some peak demand. But that's definitely going to be a big, big conversation going forward as Sanford continues to build out their locations. And then if there is a new ramp, that also opens up lots for development and hopefully more taxable value comes out of those as well. So I think that's really going to be the discussion that we're going to be seeing for the next couple of years, particularly on the roster corridor, and then down by the event center, we're going to see, I think, quite a bit of development.
There was, most of you probably seen the new Chamber magazine, which just came out, right, with the excitement that's going on downtown, and Jason's comments and others about the success of the Renaissance Zone and what it's meant to all those projects dating back to Steve Pine's Broadway Plaza project. So it's good to see that coverage.
And there, I think I've talked to you all a lot about just kind of the general economic feeling a little bit in Bismarck, and then some of the national things that sort of seep in, like interest rates, for example. Interest rates now are, when you look at over a span of whatever, 30 years, they're probably fine. They're in the middle. But, when we had such low interest rates, and then to go from that to this is a jump for everybody. And then you couple that with high labor rates, high supply rates, now things get pretty tight. So one of those three things always needs to kind of maybe drop for some people to feel comfortable doing development, or you have to be pretty sharp with your pro formas like David has been. So we have seen a lot of people come forward for flex pace buy down through Bank of North Dakota because they're trying to hit that interest rate a little bit lower, because that's really the only thing they probably have the ability to change. They can't really change labor or supply markets, and so trying to find interest rate buy downs is really, we've seen a massive amount of people come forward for the flex pace buy down.
You use the word flex, and it reminds me of course, the Fleck House, which is the budget
Oh, yeah.
inside. Is that just dormant still? If you can say.
I think
don't know if you can say,
they were, I think, kind of curious to see how the November election would go, and I think just how everything shook out at all levels. So I think they should probably would come back to the drawing board in 2025 and see what's out there. I think they kind of looked at interest rates as well, which have come down a little bit. But it's a cool site, big site. There was also, I think since I've been here last, Come and Go was sold to Maverick, which is a gas station chain. They bought all the Come and Go's, and they're selling that piece of property, and there is an interested buyer that's a local buyer for that piece of property.
Will that have to come before us? If someone wants to approach that Come and Go site for a parking lot, for instance, and remove the existing structure, et cetera?
If there would be a demolition of the structure, yes, that would have to come before this board for design review, as others in the past have.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
Without saying too much
Kristen?
about that site,
Yeah, that's right.
I shouldn't say much
No,
more.
that's fine.
I was going to ask if there's any plans to replace that, because now there's no place to really get, milk and eggs and that kind of thing.
Or
Yeah,
gasoline.
you'll have to
Yeah.
go over to I call it
Well,
B&J
yeah,
Arco
B&J,
or whatever.
yeah.
That's very well frequented by the Sanford employees as well. But yeah, I think they're doing well. I don't think there's plans to replace it as a gas station. I know they took the pumps out and
Tanks are
other
gone.
things like that. I mean, I don't know what other remediation there might be. And Jim, maybe you know has it always been a gas station? I mean, that's as long as I can remember,
Fine
but.
always, but if they pulled the tanks, if there would have been remediation required with the soils, they would have done that
Done
then,
then.
before they paved
Yeah.
over it again, so I assume that's all done.
We'd like there to be some structure there, and
course.
it's obviously the building that's there right now is
Right.
But I think at least if it's the group that we're aware of, I think at some point they would like to add something to that
Okay.
lot and not.
Um,
We prefer it not to stay at all parking lot because we'd
Right.
lose that taxable value.
Joe, are you still with us?
Yep.
Okay, did you have any questions for Kate or Isaac for that matter? We kind of glossed over things.
No, I just spoke up if I did.
Okay, all right. David, again, we're inclusive here, right? So.
Thanks. Well, if you need anything else from me, I certainly can answer questions or shoot me an
So
email.
I have
or-
one more question then, in closing for the year. Was design review required for the downtowners' Christmas street lights, the holiday lights at night?
Good question. No, they weren't.
Okay. Everybody knows what I'm talking about?
I think it's okay, I'm not, yeah. This is
right.
yep, sounds good.
Very good.
It was approved by the engineering department and the city administration, yes.
It's good to have a little mirth this time of year, right? I'm
No
sure
comment.
Yeah, no comment for Kate. All right. Other business for the good of the order, anybody? Nobody, before we adjourn for the year? I would take a moment to thank Dustin for his years of yeoman-like service in the trenches. You've been an instrumental part of this organization or this authority for how many years? 4, 5? 5 years, right? So, yeah, time flies when you're having fun, though, right? But seriously and sincerely, we thank you for this. This one doesn't pay very much. This is like the parking authority. This is when we review our annual salaries and double them. Just so you know, we do it every year. But no, thank you, and we need more people to get involved and stay involved. And then thank you, Nancy, as well for reapplying. So hopefully you make the cut, right? I haven't heard anything. Ben, do you have anything to say to that? No, probably not. He's nodding back. All right. If there's no objection and no further business, we will stand adjourned until January 9th, 2025. So thanks, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Hopefully it warms up.